It's a musical about the life of St. Paul, and it's something that Mike and I decided we would write about 18 months ago. We've done some stuff together over the years, and it seemed fun to do something that had an association with this church, but was new. So we've been working on it for about the last 18 months.
How did it come together? What made you want to start the project?
Well, I think because we'd worked very happily together on a couple of concerts that we'd done over the years. We ended up writing a Christmas song about 2 or 3 years ago, and that went down well. And we enjoyed working together, so it really came out of that. It was written for the church, dedicated to the church, and this church is St. Paul's Grove Park, so it was a very appropriate subject. Our hope, though, is that it will be used by schools and other church groups and choirs as a piece beyond just Grove Park.
Breaking news! Breaking news! Paul of Tarsus beheaded in Rome. Christianity on the back foot again. The Emperor strikes back. Read all about it! Get your Tarsus Chronicle here!
Well, we've been coming, my family been coming here for quite some time, really, and we're great friends with Father Michael, who's the vicar here, and it's a wonderful congregation. And years ago, we started doing concerts here and getting involved with Christmas concerts, and then we did a big Jubilee concert for the Queen, for the Jubilee, and then we did a World War I concert, and John and I wrote these things together, and we had such fun doing it. We just talked about, well, why don't we do something, St. Paul's Church, why don't we write something on St. Paul? There doesn't seem to be very much about it, apart from maybe Mendelssohn wrote a piece, and it's reasonably obscure musically, anything to do with St. Paul. So we thought, well, why don't we try and look at the story, see what we can do? And John came up with this great, fun approach to a pretty serious story. So what we tried to do was create something which informs people about St. Paul, but in a fun way. So it's great for kids to do because they can have fun doing it, but they learn a little bit at the end.
It started first with the Galatians, though the question was being raised by other nations. Was it an important part of the decision to have to go through circumcision? Was it necessary for your Christian credentials to have a bit snipped off your essentials?
We have all kinds of different solos. We have a kind of gospel solo. We have a very kind of camp Noel Coward type solo. We have a rock and roll solo, and we have a female narrator, and we have a children's choir, and we have an orchestra of about 15 and an adult choir. So it's written, so everyone has something to do. Everyone has a few solos, and the styles of the song are quite eclectic. They range from quite serious chorale writing for the choirs to quite silly, fun music, almost madness type music at some time. So you go through quite a journey of music in 50 minutes.
And Saul was led into the city, to the house of Judas, on a street called Straight. The Lord called Ananias to minister to Saul, to lay his hands upon him and lend his sight anew.
I studied classically at the Royal College of Music. I was there for 5 years, and then whilst I was there, I got lured into doing musicals. I was asked by Bill Kenwright if I could conduct West Side Story, and I went from that to work with Tommy Steele and Hans Andersen, and then Singing in the Rain, and then conducted Phantom in the West End, and worked with Andrew Lloyd Webber for quite a few years, and did a lot of his musicals. I was the first conductor and did the cast album of Phantom of the Opera. And more recently, I've been doing a lot in Germany and writing stuff there. I wrote a musical in Vienna last year, so now musicals are now what I just love doing. Although I still conduct classically, I do some concerts with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra occasionally, and the BBC orchestras, other concert orchestras and things like that. I still love keeping my hand in classical music.
When that